Hey guys, my name is Caitlin and today I am here to do another tag, and I haven't actually done one in a really long time, and as you can tell by the title, it is the mid-year book freakout tag. Now I know that this was probably supposed to be done about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I am a little late to the party. Alright, so the first question in this tag is the best book that you've read so far this year, and that has to be Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. After I finished Lady Midnight, I think it took me about a month to actually pick this book up because I was so nervous about what the characters were going to be like and what was going to happen to the storyline. I didn't actually want to pick it up, but I'm so happy that I did. Question 2 is the best sequel that you've read so far, and I do have to say the Gallagher Girls series. So I know that it's probably meaning sequel as in pick one, but I can't do that. I'm going with sequels. So book 1 for this series is I'd Tell You I Love You But Then I'd Have to Kill You. You've got 5 more books in the series. When I'm reading a series, especially one that is as long as this, I have to have a certain feeling in order to be able to really be invested in continuing it. I got this feeling. It's that feeling that really drags you into the book and it makes it so that you cannot put it down. Alright, so question 3 is a new release that you haven't read yet and that you want to. And I actually have 2 books for this one because I was really torn between which one I wanted to pick. So my 2 options, I've either got Furyborn by Claire Legrand or Everlist by Sarah Holland. Alright, so the first book, Furyborn, basically there are 2 prophesized queens. One is a good queen and the other is bad. So light and dark, good and evil. Now it follows 2 girls whose lives and stories are 1,000 years apart. The first one is Riel. She uses her magic to save her best friend, and the only person who should have that magic is one of the prophesized queens. So she has to undergo about 7 trials, I believe, in order to prove whether or not she's the light queen or the dark queen. 1,000 years later, when her story is just a myth, you've got this main girl, Eliana, who she's a regular chick going about her life until her mother and random women in the village start going missing. They start disappearing, so she joins a rebel captain on a mission to try and figure out what the hell is going on. So I'm really interested with this one to see how their stories intertwine, especially if they take place 1,000 years apart. Alright, so Everlist, this is my 3rd attempt, so 3rd time lucky. Okay, so time is a currency in this world. It's extracted from people's blood, so the wealthy tax the poor really heavily so that they can expand their lifespans by centuries or thousands of years. So that's just really the cycle, it's how it goes. So you've got the main character, Jules Ember. Her and her father used to work for this really wealthy family. So they used to work there until one fateful encounter forces them to actually flee from the estate. So now her father is getting old. He will die because he doesn't have a lot of time left. So she is going to try and have to find a way to get back onto that estate and work more so that she can get more time and more blood for him to keep him alive, or else she's going to lose him forever. Alright, next question is your most anticipated releases for the second half of 2018. The only 2 that I'm really looking forward to at the moment are Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J Maas, and then we've also got Escaping from Houdini by Carrie Maniscalco, which is, I don't know why I had to think about that. It's the 3rd book in the Stalking the Jack the Ripper series. Alright, the next question is the biggest disappointment of 2018 so far, and I think we all know what that book is going to be. That book is The Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare. I don't want to say hate because my mother always tells me that hate is a very strong word. I severely dislike this book. I felt that majority of the stories were rather pointless and the information was just not things that we needed to know. Disappointed. Next one is a bit of the opposite. It is the biggest surprise so far in 2018. Now I don't own the physical copy of this book. It is Beautiful by Christina Lauren, and I've got to say I was really surprised that I enjoyed it. It is an adult book. I thought it was just going to be some really like smutty fiction or something, and it's smutty. Yes, I got that part right. The storyline is really what got me as well, and the characters I was really drawn in. If you're wondering, it is book 5. It's the last book in the series, but you can read them as standalones or you can read them in order. Reading it did make me want to go back and read all of the other characters' stories as well because they're all intertwined in the books and it's their conclusion in book 5. Next question is favorite new author. So I just wanted to put it out there, I haven't actually read a book by a new author this year. Julie Kagawa, so far I've only got her Blood of Eden series, but I know that she has so many other books out there. I haven't read all of her books. I've only read one of them actually, and that is The Immortal Rules. I haven't even finished that trilogy, but I fell in love with her writing and it really drew me in. It was the same thing with Gallagher Girls. It was a really good feeling when I was reading it, but I never got around to finishing that trilogy. So now I've bought them and I'm going to finish it. And now that I own them, I'm so excited to delve into them next. I'm like 100% certain that as soon as I finish it, I'm going to want to get into her other books as well. Alrighty, newest fictional crush from a book in 2018. Now, I feel like I haven't really been like drawn to any fictional crushes, any guys in the books that I've read this year, which is really weird. Everyone wants their own Will Herondale when you read The Infernal Devices, but I haven't actually had that feeling so far. There's probably only like one or two people that I would consider. Actually, no, only one really. And I think that would have to be Jules, so Julian Blackthorne from The Dark Artificers. If I had to pick one, it would have to be him. Newest favorite character. Okay, this one was easy for me. It's from the same series as the last one. I have to go with Emma Carstairs because she's just hilarious, but she's snarky, but she's not, and she's kind and she's witty, and it's everything like that you could want in a female character, especially one who is as brave and who is as badass as Emma Carstairs. Alright, next question is a book that made you cry. Now this is actually really surprising, this answer. I haven't found a book yet this year that has made me cry. I mean, I cry in Barbie movies, so generally it's not that difficult to find one that will have me like sobbing hysterically. For now, this face has like remained tear-free in the world of literature. Alrighty, a book that made you happy. Generally, all books make me happy, but I feel like I would have to go with a Wattpad story for this question, just because I was really in a mood for a particular kind of book. They made me happy when I was looking for that, so I do have to give it to two books in particular. The first one is The Bad Boy Stole My Bra by Lauren Price. I know that it sounds really funny, but it's one of like the cutest books I've ever read, I swear to God. And the second one is She's With Me by Ava Violet. So that is actually a trilogy. I do have to go with the first one just because it's like that whole build up of a relationship and all that tension. Favorite book to movie adaptation that you saw this year? I've only actually seen one, so I'm gonna have to go with that one, but not because it's the only one I've seen, because I actually loved it nonetheless, and that is Love, Simon. I haven't actually read the book for this one. Lucy has been pushing me to read it. I watched it, I know what happens, and I'm kind of mad at myself because generally I like the movie better than the book if I do it this way around. From everything that I've heard, it was such a good adaptation. People were quite pleased with it actually. And next question is the favorite review you've written this year. So generally for BookTube you'd probably say filmed, but I have started to upload my book reviews on a blog. I would have to say my review for Blue Lily Lily Blue, it is my most recent review up on that blog. Writing book reviews instead of filming them is just a better way for me to express my thoughts and everything. I can't be as expressive as I could be in a video. I think the best I can do is like caps, like bold, italics, underline something and add a gif in there for good measure. I knew the answer to this question as soon as I read it. It's the most beautiful book that you've bought so far this year, and I only bought this book last week, and that is Ash Princess by Laura Sebastian. It's a stunning cover. So the main character's name is Theodosia, and it basically just goes on about how she was 6 years old when her country was invaded and her mother, the Fire Queen, was murdered. So her name was then changed to the Ash Princess as a bit of a mock. So she has been locked in her own palace as a prisoner for the past 10 years. Now, we don't exactly know what happens so far after that. Okay, so the last question is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? I don't know if you can see it or not from the camera, but what I've done is I've actually kind of pulled out all of the books that I need to read on my shelf so that when I'm done I can just like push them back in like that, and it's very satisfying. So generally I'm not too picky with what books I have to read by the end of the year, but I do have a couple that I would prefer to read because it would be a bit of a disappointment if I didn't. So I have 4 books that I really want to read by the end of the year. So the first one, In the Afterlife by Alexandra Bracken. I have an apple pie now. The last couple of books that I want to finish by the end of 2018. So we've got Hunting Prince Dracula and Escaping from Houdini when that other one comes out. I believe it comes out in October, but I don't know the exact date. I really want to get on that. I've had this since the first day that I've read it. What am I doing? My mind is on food right now, so words aren't coming out the way that they're supposed to. Alrighty, and the last book that I want to read before the end of the year, Beautiful Disaster by Jamie Maguire. I'll put cover right here. Basically, the thing that drew me to this book in the first place, it sounded so similar to a Wattpad story that I just really wanted to pick it up. Basically, it's about this girl, I believe her name is Abby Abbotsford. She is just a, you know, a really good girl. She gets good grades and she wears cardigans, and don't judge me, that's in the blurb, I swear. Insert bad boy with like tats and everything that's just not her type. I don't know how it happens, and I'm really intrigued to find out how it comes about, but basically they make a bet, and if he loses, then he has to be like celibate or something, or be off alcohol or whatever he's doing for 30 days, and if she loses, she has to live with him for 30 days. So I think we all know how this is gonna end up, but I'm really excited to see how we get there and what brings it about in the first place. And oh my god, I'm so excited to actually pick up this book, like you've got no idea. You can probably tell. Anyway, my ice cream is melting on top of my apple pie, so I'm just gonna say thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe down below if you do enjoy videos like these and if you would like to see more. Yeah, my name is Caitlin. Thank you for watching. I will link all of my information down below, as well as all the books mentioned in this video. So yeah, if you want to check those out, I'm hungry, so I'm just gonna say goodbye.